So the Shema appears in our Parsha. The basic intention of the Shema is that we say, Lord, Shema Yisrael, listen Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. The simple explanation is it's combating the philosophy of those days, which is polytheism, many gods, right? So we believe in monotheism. There's one God. So there's one God in heaven. Biblical monotheism is basically one God in heaven who intervenes in this world. If that God in heaven is in heaven, but it doesn't intervene, that's not biblical monotheism. Biblical monotheism is that there's a God, God is involved, but in our lives and in the lives of the biblical characters. So that's the intention we're supposed to have, and there's only one, not two. The Hasidic approach to this is a little bit different, where they say when you talk about oneness, it's not necessarily that there's one versus two, but that everything is filled with God. Not just one God in heaven, but on earth. The oneness expands horizontally around all of earth. In everything, you can find God. This second approach can be very comforting. It can be very difficult sometimes, though. You know, when you're looking at the world, sometimes you don't see God. You see struggle, you see strife, you see things that don't go the way you want them to go. That's why the Shema is so important, especially based on the second approach. When you say God is one, God, Hashem is our God, Hashem is one, you're basically saying, I'm affirming the beginning of the day, before I leave my house, before I go into the world, and at the end of the day, after everything, that everything I went through, God was involved in some way or another in the happenings. And so that's a little bit of a different approach. And this is how one can understand, based on the second approach, not just like one God versus two, but rather everything is filled with God, why we cover our eyes. So the classic explanation is that you cover our eyes to concentrate. But another way to understand is I cover my eyes when I say Shema, because when you look out into the world, you see so much division, you see so much negativity. We need to close our eyes every once in a while just to concentrate, to be able to see how these disparate experiences really have godliness within them. So that's, according to this, why you close your eyes. Say Shema Yisrael, Shem Elokeinu, Shem Echad. Close your eyes and you focus on the fact that God is involved in our daily affairs, in our goings and comings.